parenthood towards our children. This year, the state government had paid West African Examination Council fees for our children in public secondary schools. We have plans for bursary and scholarships, the details of which are being worked out. The state government has set up Agriculture and Food Security Committee that is doing a good job. Our commitment to ensuring that no family goes to bed hungry in Ondo State is total.
Some say learning is fun, but as a mom, I see how demanding it can be. That's why I ensure he starts every day with a cup of Bonvita. Give your child Bonvita. It contains essential vitamins and minerals to support mental and physical vitality. Bonvita, to win every day.
Stop! My grandma is stuck in her ways, but let me introduce you to a new way of doing things. Introducing Mr. Chef Tomato Mix Powder. Mix in minutes and make your own tomato paste for your dishes.
Chef.
A fast and convenient way. Mix in minutes and store easy. Mr. Chef. Convenience in every meal. Available in tomato mix, pepper onion to the mix.
Let me assure you, our mothers, that our administration is not relenting in its efforts at making life better for our people in the state. We shall continue to pursue programs and policies to relieve parents of the burden of parenthood towards our children. This year, the state government had paid West African Examination Council fees for our children in public secondary schools. We have plans for bursary and scholarships, the details of which are being worked out. The state government has set up Agriculture and Food Security Committee that is doing a good job. Our commitment to ensuring that no family goes to bed hungry in Ondo State is total.
before we went on that break, that when we return, it will be time for discussion or for the day. And today we're going to be taking a look at Ondo State, yes, and Akure South, local government area to be precise, looking at ICT and capacity building, human resource development, and all of that. And to shed light on this with us today is Honorable Donald Fashua. This is the Chairman Transition Committee, Akure South Local Government. It's nice to have you once again.
Good morning. I want to say good morning to my people at home. It's a pleasure to be here once again.
All right, it's a pleasure to have you as well. Yes, the other time we had you, we were talking about your engagements with the grassroots and all that. And your jurisdiction, which is the Akure South Government, is particularly unique in that it houses the state capitals and most government functionaries, are based in your local government. And the governor of Ondo State has promised to make Ondo State economy an ICT-driven one. What role is your local government, for instance, playing in making sure that you help Mr. Governor to make sure that this policy gets to the grassroots?
Thank you so much. When you talk about Akure South local government being the capital city, of course, as much as you express that, we part of ASFAIR, we accommodate the states. Yeah, and don't forget, even though Osrc inclusive. Yes. Yes, as the landlord. I want to say this, that whatever policy or program the state government has is being channeled across to the other 18 local governments and the SCDs. For that, as Mr. Governor promised this, that have been discussed with the entirety of the 18 local government, that we have to communicate this in our respective AGs. And this we have started by having a program in synergy with what the state government is doing. We have presently in Akure South local government, based on the mandate of Mr. Governor, saying ICT is the way to go to drive the economy, we have sent 20 of our staffs in the council for this ICT training. Number one, for better outputs for us. As we speak today, in about 2 weeks, we've had them on this training for them to better their skill, and of course to increase the output in the council. We were fortunate within last week on Saturday, the special advisor to Mr. President on community was in Akure to come and inspect this that we said we are doing.
All right.
Mrs. Ojudo, she was here to inspect the facility, to inspect the process, to inspect the progress of what is being done in that facility. For that, what Mr. Governor is doing, that's being replicated across the other 18 local government and the SCDAs, is being seen fairer than the walls of the state. And this has caused the reason for the presence of the special advisor to Mr. President.
All right, you spoke about the facility, and some of your staff had training in the facility for now. Where is this facility located, and is it just for your staff alone?
Like we said, we're taking it a step after the other. Where we're starting presently, the facility is within Akure South local government. It's within Akure South local government, not within our premises. Just a stone throw to us. The center can conveniently train about 200 personnel at a time. But what we're starting with, we're taking it in phases, like the state government too is doing. We're taking it in phases. The next set that going now is our directors in the local government. The next phase is the youth. Now we're piloting 100 youth across the length and breadth of Akure South local government. That's our third tier, our third stage. Anyway, the first stage is the 20 staff. Because, and why are we starting with our staff? We see that the machinery that we use in the local government secretariat are majorly the staffs. Of course, they are desk officers. And then if they are not well trained to ICT, to the world standard, it will be a clock in the wheel of the local government. That's why we're starting with them. And I mentioned that the next stage will be our HOD. The third one is an 100 piloting training ICT for 100 youths in Osrc.
You mentioned that the senior special assistant to the president on community engagement was in Accra South to take a look at what exactly you're doing. And I really want to know, we heard that Mr. President set up a committee for the implementation of the local government autonomy and all of that. Is our visit also hinged on ensuring that that smooth takeoff also happens right here in the Southwest?
Thank you so much, sir. The major focus of our visit is based on this autonomy that is coming. Looking at what stage, what level is this local government? Are they in tandem with its autonomy coming? What's their preparedness? For that, what we are doing here is to prepare our staffs, to prepare the secretariat, to prepare our personnel, to be able to match with what is coming. Don't forget, for a very long time, the progress, the autonomy had been a query. It had been a thing of paper discussion. But now that the implementation is coming, I'm sure, like she expressed when she came, that to know how the preparedness of the local government for the autonomy that is coming. That's a major reason why she came. And of course, seeing that we are preparing the personnel to be able to match with what is coming. That's on board. For that, it's elated. She feels elated.
You talk about preparing personnel for what is to come, and I'm interested really to know the main goal of that capacity development program you've organized.
And when you talk about this, like I did express, she saw what we are doing. How? What do I mean? There was an embarrassment that personally, I think I saw when I got to local government, specifically not Akure South. I was being shared, there was a chairman who shared with me that having made on his phone a speech to be read in a program, send the same speech to the secretary in his office to type. That upon resumption to the office, and of course calling that, oh, madam, have you printed this speech? And the madam wrote it out from the phone, starts typing again on the system. Now we see that there's a decadence when it comes to ICT compliance of the staffers. And of course, we know the part that ICT drives the economy. Now coming to the autonomy. Autonomy, definitely, if it comes, is for the betterment of governance and the people. As much as it betters the governance and the people. Now the governance, how prepared are they for what is coming? If you talk about autonomy, autonomy will give strength back, will give right back, will give capacity back, will give opportunity back to the grassroots. If it does, then those people who are there, how do they channel this opportunity? You know, a good thing can be mismanaged, a good thing can be undermanaged, a good thing can be submanaged, and it can be well managed.
You cited an example of a scenario that perhaps opens up what really needs to be done in terms of capacity at that level of government. But for Akure South, how did you identify the specific needs of your staff in terms of the training you organized? 20 staff done already. How did you identify the specific?
Like the example I cited, that the secretary was trying to write out what had been on the phone to retype on our system. When we discovered this, and we see that whatever thing we need to do in the local government, it definitely pass through this class of people who are confidential secretaries. to us at different departments. We have about 9 departments. Now we have them there. It means we are now saying that if these people are not ICT driven, and of course it will bring about complacentness, and of course this now made us to identify this area, this specific class of people. We identify them to see, since these are engine room to be able to drive the grassroots development, let's put these people on a training. We're able to identify based on that error that was discovered or that inadequacy that was being expressed. And then, if any of the things I want to do in the council definitely will be communicated. Then if it's going to be communicated, to drive this, majorly, these confidential secretaries will play a major role.
So the 20 staff selected for that first phase, yeah, in the category of the confidential
secretaries, admin staff, that majorly, the runs, I call them like supporters to the engine room.
Interesting.
All right, so you've talked about the clerical aspect of ICT, that is needed in your local government, especially in the secretariat, for instance, for the smooth running of governance and, in fact, the autonomy that is on the way for the local government. But apart from that, there are other things that the ICT, can deliver to people in your local government, not just the secretarial workers alone. For instance, the youth, there are different opportunities available in the tech world for them. So, are you going to be exploring that as well?
I must express this to you that presently, part of what we have started, I told us, I said it, that the youth training is coming, 3rd phase, which is coming for, I think, 2nd week of the week coming, because we have put them, these staffs are there for 4 weeks. The HOD will be coming in for 2 weeks, then with the youth. But before their time, one of the things that we've started, because we know that to drive the governance, ICT is very important. Number one, it brings about policy, it brings about transparency, it gives us speed, and of course, it makes us to be accountable to the people. We have now, seen these, we have initiated a website for Osrc local government. Right now, if you're driving to maybe a state like Lagos State from Akure, you can drop your address, and I can tell you that you can, through the site, you can drive through the map, you can get to where you're going to. But in Akure, it's not so. We have initiated this about 2 weeks ago. We call it Akure on the map afresh. Akure on the map afresh. We are using Rita Obele as a takeoff. Right now, my people are within here, within this area, carry 1, 2, Rita Obele is the pilot area for this program, to see that at least if either we have been there or not, we will want to be there fresh in a new face. And then we understand that what data does, data is money. Data is money. We've started a collection of data as I speak. They've informed us on the program. I was invited here last time. They said one of our engagement has been the community engagement. Mr. Governor has given a standing mandate to us to say, make sure that the bridge between the people and governance is well linked. Break what is called the fence. We are breaking it. For that, when it comes to this, I told us here, last time I was here, I said over 400 communities within Osrc local government have been together. We have created, that's the essence of that web. This is your need, you can see what we are doing. You can, of course, we want to be responsible to them, to the public. For that, this we have started Akure on the map afresh. Why we're doing this is, at least, we don't want to run an analog system of government. We want it to be digitalized. And of course, we want to be responsible. We want to be accountable. We want our car to be checked to see if we are flying or we are running or we are crawling. We want the public that will govern to be able to check this scorecard. For that, these are part of the few things we're trying to do.
During this summer break, the state government organized a boot camp for secondary school students. A number of them, 100 and something, of secondary school students across the state, at Ilara to give them some basic ICT knowledge and all that. It's your local government considering doing more of this for secondary school students, probably when they resume, because I'm very sure from your local government there can't be more than maybe 7 or 10 participants in the one organized by the state. So what are you doing to broaden this?
Thank you so much for that question. I was able to reach out to the principal of Imekun Grammar School. That was the day the school closed. And of course, I was informed that the day they will be resuming, we have a program, not just like the state government. We have a program that we have designed for schools. We have discovered that one of the ways to appreciate and boost the morale of the students is number one, we want to get to visit them. Let's know what they are doing. Let's know what they are up to. We want to see the teachers' training, his course card, so that we'll be able to know where to come in. And we want to encourage these students in our own way. It might be different from the one the state government is doing, but it's going to achieve almost the same thing with what the state government is doing.
No, I'm talking about in the high city aspect. It doesn't have to be the same way that the state government is doing it. There's something that you're tailoring towards ICT capacity development for students in the local government.
Like I said, we're having a program in that same strain of ICT, but it's not in the manner, it's not just like the state government is having theirs, but we're achieving same thing.
All right, let's better back a little on the conversation, the submission we made earlier. First, with what you mentioned about some of your staff in the local government in this axis. What exactly are they doing? Are they mapping the area? Are they visiting houses? Are they meeting community heads? What exactly are they doing with this Akure on the map afresh? Because I'm trying to check online also to see perhaps some level of freshness, but perhaps you tell me more about that.
All right. We have given this, there is a Akure local government is having a business arrangement with Up Access, the company, Up Access. Now, part of what they want to do for us is to discover that lately, house numbering was done here quite close to about 25 years back. There's so many houses that are not numbered. Now, part of the work they're doing for us is house numbering. That's the first phase of this is what they're doing. They're doing mapping. They've been able to get a website. They call it a site. There's a site. They call that up. They have been able to achieve that. But now, practically, they are visiting community, and there is this community platform that we have created. Like I told you, I've informed them there, and I've told them that we're starting with Iriakari, this axis, and of course, what our people are doing is the tech aspect for now. The tech aspect. The next phase will now be to visit them. But at the moment, they are doing the design of how it will look like. Now, that's the first phase of what they are doing. They have not gotten to the phase of maybe visiting houses. One of the issue that was being raised, why this discussion was going on with them, when the discussion was going on with them, was that they said many of the houses are not numbered. It will be difficult for them to do this, achieve this Akure on the map afresh. And I said, then what do we do? They said the first thing is going to be house numbering. That house numbering, it will aid. If you say you want to put Akure on the map afresh, and of course, 2/3 of the houses within our facilities, within the constituent of Akure South, is not numbered, then it becomes a burden. Then they say, they now advise that the first takeoff should be on house numbering, and these two is on the back.
So for the training you mentioned for staff of the local government, I'm imagining at the end of the 2 weeks, 4 weeks training, how do you get to evaluate what has been learned? How do you get to know the effectiveness of the training?
It will be embarrassing to tell you that many a times we had to go outside to do some work in the local government, not only in Akure, because why? The impetus maybe we don't have, and those staff to use them, we do not have them. We don't have compliance of staff. Now that's why we now said we know that we are procuring some equipment that at the moment, if we procure them, we don't have staffs that can operate all these machines. And this is the reason why we say if they go on training, they'll be able to match up with what we want to do. For that, it's not for us to just procure equipment. We were talking about the work to be done in the local government. At times they send it out to go and do. And for me, I feel it's not comfortable. I feel security-wise, I'm not settled. These born the reason why we say they must be trained to be able to match at least what staff record. For that, in the ICT world, there are so many things that, as I'm a youth, that we want to do, but we have discovered that it might not be very convenient for them. But the way we are introducing this to them, it's welcome for them. Just last week, 20 staff from training came. They were with me in the office. They said, I think you'll visit today. Then I put up a question. How has it been? He said, this is our class trip. He said the last time the such training came up was, somebody said about 17, 18 years ago. For them, then.
I'm imagining the number of uploads and software upgrade
yes,
that would have happened in that
now,
years.
But what we're now doing is to try and put them to update these people. You know, like the verge that they have had. We want to bridge this to be able to match up with what we want to do. For that, for me, how I will evaluate them is with what we have tests for them to run. They will be tested in this their training center, but more to that, we'll do that in the council. We'll give them assignments, what we used to take out to go and do, then let them do it to check indeed if they're trained.
All right, in your checking if they're trained, the assessment and all that, I would like to know, I'm curious, will this have any impact on promotion and the likes?
We have a way of, my first day in the council, one thing I did was, I said, I want to see the 30 most punctual staff in the council.
Did you get 30?
I was.
Did you get 30 persons?
I got 30. 30 most punctual. No department is like mentioning name. Oh, Mrs. Somochukwu. Oh, Mr. Oh, Pastor used to come very early. This one comes by 8. They were the one nominating themselves. For that, not me. I don't know them. But they were able to bring out this. Now, we did an appreciation for them. And I discovered that thereafter, punctuality has increased. Now I see that when I get to offices are filled. Then I see that what we're doing is working. Ditto this ICT training that we're doing for them. I checked on them last week, and I saw that they said somebody of age 50, 52, 55 is on an assignment. She got home, started doing, said, it was because I was doing my assignment for my mom of age 55. This alerted my spirit to make me saying, oh, these are records that we've been able to achieve. For that, I am believing, and with what I've seen, that tech center is huge. And that's why I said the next set of people that will be going there will be my directors. That are doing well.
So in the place of all of this training, the critical tech trainings and of course refresher courses, but for those who communicate, they also understand that beyond having the skills, being able to, because they will not be interacting with the computers alone, they will definitely meet the residents and the people of Akure South local government, sometimes in various engagements and interaction. Are you also looking to, because a lot of persons will tell you, or some person will tell you, they do not have very good experiences when it comes to interfacing with government agencies or government facilities in terms of the people relationship that they get. Are you looking to address that too?
Thank you so much. One thing that, like I told you, there are two focuses that we're going for Osrc. That me, as a chairman, I want to focus on two areas. Number one, human development, and number two, infrastructural development. Part of my human development program is, apart from acquisition skill, not only for my staff, for people of the public, my youth, the artisan. Just last week, we had this program for the artisan in conjunction with ITF. You know, when let me use an example. Maybe somebody went to learn tailoring. Maybe after it's 3 or 4 years, the next will be, oh, you want to sign today? You bring this, bring a drink to your master to do. Then they do the freedom. They give you one certificate. But immediately you pass the chore of Akure and go to Owo. And you present that to another person who does not know the person who trained you. You are to be retrained, or you are taken to not to have known it. Now we have discovered this, that many of the artisans in the area of POP, house builders used to come from other nations. I want to specifically mention, or if
of course, we know them. We have figures.
Yes.
Benin Republic,
yes.
Togo.
Yes. Thank you, sir. And then what we have seen that causes this decadence is because they are on the map. If you check these artisans, you see them. They have their data. They are being digitalized. That you can check on them and invite them. Not that people are here, know their address over there. They just check on them to see, and immediately they get in contact and invite them for the work. They show what they are doing. Not that people here cannot do same, but the problem is they are not digitalized. What they are doing now, what we're doing for them, we were able to have over 400 artisans that were invited for a meeting. We invited them. Having invited them, then we had this program that we said ITF want to train you. And I want the public to understand this very clearly. ITF want to train and of course retrain you. When you are being retrained, they will certificate them. That's if anybody goes to our now, say, oh, you finished from Rufus Iwa Polytechnic. If you go to Abia, your certificate will be recognized. If you are anywhere within the country and outside, your certificate will be recognized. But when these artisans learn their skill, no matter how much they are skilled, they are not recognized at all. Going, immediately they leave the chore here, they want to ask who trained you. Well, no, because when they show their certificate, that doesn't speak. But now through ITF, we are doing federal government certification for our artisans. We had 400 of them came selected, and what they want to do for us is 20,000. Training will be for 8 weeks. Presently, we have about six centers in Akure, where in different spheres they will be trained. And when the training finishes, they're giving them certificate, federal government certificate. This way, and not only that, we put their data in a site that you can check. Oh, you need for fabric, you need a mechanic, you need whatever area of this artisan that you need. You'll be able to check on them to invite. And of course, they can put their work there.
So these artisans, are they going to be artisans that have already been trained by, the roadside, the streets, let me say buses now? They just need some fine tuning, or just, if you just want to be, maybe, we've mentioned POP now, okay, you want to be an artisan in the built industry and all that, you get trained for 8 weeks, would that be enough?
I think what they are doing in conjunction with Akure South is, they are training the fresh ones, those who had never been trained at all, Would that
time space be
now,
enough?
what they are doing is going to be on 2 categories. The untrained, they will have their class. Those who had been trained that they want to do a refresher course, theirs is 8 weeks. I don't know how many weeks it's going to take for the untrained, but the result, I'm interested at. What really spurs me up about this is just the certificate they will be able to achieve to meet world standard level
That's a huge one,
Yeah.
really. But it's going to be for Accra South alone, or it's going to cut across all the local governments?
At the moment that we brought to Accra South for now, and we're doing 20,000. We have gotten 6 centers for Akure. I'm praying, of course, maybe when Akure has been a pace setter when it comes to initiative, a concept like this. And of course, I'm speaking with my ITF director, and of course, we want this to be extended to other tiers and of course, other level of government. But at the moment, West local government is taking this lead. We're having 20,000 for artisans to be on training by them. And again, not only that training, they will be certificated to meet world-class level.
Alright, maybe we should just take the liberty of your presence on the show to say, when is this training starting? How do people get to participate? Just tell.
That's good. Let me inform the public. Thank God for this opportunity. Presently, they have started. There's one that is ongoing that we are not involved. This is the 4th week. What we are doing is, if you are out there, you're an artisan, come to Akure South local government. The Department of Community is there. That you go there to register. There is a platform already that has been opened. Just come there, meet the head of department of the community there. There is a platform that has been opened. If you have your head, is it organizer? Is it tailoring? Is it POP? Is it bag making? We had a meeting with these vast people. You too can join to be part of the 20,000 to be trained and to be retrained and to be certificated by ITF, giving you federal government certificate for you to be able to match world class. Of course, what you are doing is noble. We appreciate the fact of what you're doing, and of course, we're going to put you on this sphere that will be above the class you've been before. This opportunity is open to everyone. If 20,000, if you see that the number of people that are coming is beyond, is more than 20,000, we will talk to ITF to help us have another set. And I'm sure with what the director has discussed with me, I'm sure he will want to take to.
Okay. We have not told us when the training commences, and it's going to cost anything.
Okay, thank you so much. Like I said, the training, they are in the 4th week, the one that is ongoing. The director said they are in the 4th week. We are not involved. We have missed that part. Now that we have gotten this opportunity, what we want to do is, we are joining this new set in 4 weeks' time. He said immediately when this one is out, or they are done with them, that immediately they are starting. This is likely to start in the next 4 weeks or 5 weeks at most. And it costs you nothing. All you come, they are even giving them some stipend for coming. You don't pay anything. You don't pay a dime. Of course, come to us, get yourself registered. At the moment, if I'm sure, I should have about registration should be going to about 7,000 as we speak. Right now, 7,000. And what we're looking up to is 20,000. Even if it's beyond, if you're able to have 50,000, I'll speak with ITF to train them more for us.
I hope there's not going to be discrimination. For instance, some people might not be from Accra South. There's not going to be a requisite to say, okay, you have to submit your local government of origin before you are enrolled. Is there a condition like that?
That will not do. That will not do, because what we're trying to do is, Accra South local government being the state capital, we know we have people from various other, and for that, ethnic issue won't be an issue. You are welcome from all ends. Come for the registration.
All right, Honorable Donald Fashua, the Chairman, Transition Committee, Accra South Local Government Area, has been our guest today, and we've taken a look at the efforts of this local government on ICT, capacity building, and human resource development. And just the last take he gave us, you may want to be a part of that. Please avail yourself of the opportunity. So let me say, what is that in short? As you bid the people farewell.
Let me use this medium, of course, to tell our people out there that Akure South local government is wearing a different frame. For that, you don't need to be behind what we're doing. At the moment, like I've informed, we're doing Akure on the map afresh. I want you to be part of this development. I don't want you to be behind. Come, join what we are doing.